Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on the new Dose of Colors and Minnie Mouse eyeshadow palette and a little bit of the collection, and this is the look that I created. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my face, and I'm gonna use the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I'm then going to use my Wake and Bake face oil, and this one I'm going to go ahead and apply it all over my face too. This one's very moisturizing and I really like it for my dry skin. I'm going to use the Tarte Face Tape Foundation today, and you are going to see me apply it, but I felt like it was just a little bit too dark for me, just a tiny bit, and I was like, I can make this better with my mixing pigment by LA Girl, and I went ahead and I applied that on top, and it made it so much better. You can see the difference on both sides of my face. I was really excited to give you a tutorial using this collection. It's brand new. Hopefully you guys can get your hands on some of the products if you're interested in some of the ones that I have too. Next, by the way, I'm using the Boing concealer first to color correct, and then I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape foundation to brighten up my face. But like I was saying, I really wanted to show you the tutorial. I'm going to have the full review tomorrow, so that video is going to include another look, so that way I can give you two different looks, tell you a little bit more about the eyeshadows, and use the other colors in here. And yeah, I'm excited for that video too. I'll show you swatches, and I'll show you swatches of the eyeliner, the lipstick, and everything, which I will be using them today. So anyways, back to the tutorial. I am going to go ahead and blend out the concealer. It's a really nice color for me. This one's in the color Light Neutral. Then I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way loose powder, and I'm going to bake with it. I'm going to apply it on my under eyes and everywhere that I applied the concealer for highlighting. So again, the under eyes, the forehead, on my nose, and on my chin. I feel like I haven't done a lot of full looks yet. By the way, I'm also setting my entire face with the same powder. A bunch of like full looks. I've been doing a lot of easy looks, and I really want to do some extra glam looks for y'all in some of these videos. So this is the packaging of the palette. It's brand new. I'm so excited. And the first color that I'm going to use is this pretty brown one. It's like a brown yellow almost. So I'm going to go ahead and build that up in my crease and blend it towards my eyebrow. This is pretty intense though. It does build up. You can really tell that it is a warm brown, and it's a very pretty shade. So then I went in with the black one, and I didn't know how intense it was going to be. And whenever I applied it, I was like, oh my god, how am I going to blend this out? Because you can see right there that it does look really intense. So I started working with it slowly. I'm applying it in the crease. I do want the crease to be very intense, so I'm keeping it mainly there, and then I am going to slowly blend that out. So I'm taking the other brush and the brown shade and just blending out the edge, but I still want it to be more intense, so I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more right in the crease area, concentrating right there, and then lightly blending it towards the top. Now, even though it was very intense, it's not super hard to blend out. You do just have to be careful because it is a black, and this one shows up. So it's not one of those blacks that you have to build up and build up and build up. No, this one really does show up. So I'm also taking that all the way out. You can see that it's kind of like going towards the outside of my eye because the black is going to be on the outer corner. So I'm going to create my cut crease using the Shape Tape concealer, and going over it exactly where I want it, blending it towards the outside and trying to make it just like as neat as possible. I'm going over it a little bit more with more products because it does have the black underneath, and I'm going to remove the excess product right here, and then I'm going to go back in with the black because I want to intensify the crease area. I like for that to look very intense when I'm using a dark shade there, and it really makes it stand out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using a very small little pencil brush going over the line. And now I'm gonna blend out what I just applied, just so that it doesn't look harsh. This is a pointy blending brush, so it really helps to stay precise right there in the crease. So now I'm gonna go over it with concealer one more time to clean up the edge. And I was trying to be really careful, and now I'm removing the extra products, but then I remembered I'm gonna put glitter eyeliner, so it really isn't a big deal if you're gonna recreate this look. But anyways, I'm gonna go over it with this shimmer shade, which is a very, very beautiful shimmer shade. It shows up really nicely, so you don't have to do a lot to make it show up. It's really, really glowy. I like this shade a lot, and it's a regular gold though, so it's nothing extra special, but it does show up. And then this one is the red shade. I really wanted to use it because, of course, Mickey Mouse red. So I went ahead and I applied that on the outer corner. Now you can see that it's pretty intense. It did give me some fallout, but it is pretty intense on the eyes. But once I start blending it into the shimmer, it does start to fade away. Not in a bad way, because it is blending into the shimmer. I want a nice transition between them, but you can tell that it did fade. And I even, right here, I'm packing on more. It even though I packed on a little bit more, it still fades out as you blend it out. And then I'm going to intensify the outer corner. Again, I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? Making sure that I am keeping it as neat as possible, because black, again, it can be very messy. But I wanted the outer part of the eye to have the black on the outer corner. So that's why I went back in with the black and intensifying it just a little bit. And going back into it with the red to make sure that it shows up the way that I wanted it to. I'm taking the shimmer shade and blending it into the red and removing the fallout that I did get, mainly from the red shade. None of the other ones, not even the black. I didn't have any fallout from the black one. So you see I'm building it up where the shimmer is, because like I said earlier, it didn't want to catch on that intense on top of the shimmer. So I'm using my NYX matte liquid liner to create my wing. It's going to be a pretty thick wing, pretty intense, just because, like I said, I wanted to do a full glam look. And I really wanted a black eyeliner against the red and this gold. And now for the fun part, which is the glitter. This one is such a pretty glitter. They have 3 of them. I got the one that has a little bit of like a black tone to it. It's like silver, black. This one is called Darling. And I went over the crease. So you see I was like being super careful and being neat with it. But you can't really tell once you have the glitter on top of it. But it's okay, you know, it still looks good. Like, it looks neat already. So yeah, that was pretty easy. And I just let it dry before I opened my eyes all the way. And then I'm using the Minnie Mouse palette to use the highlight in that palette, because first of all, I love that highlight. It's very beautiful, very glowy, but I did spray it because it makes it even more intense, and I wanted that look for the inner corner. And now I'm just blending it into the black. So I did want to use this palette too if I needed anything else, just because, you know, it's kind of like part of the collection at the same time, Disney. And I'm using my roller lash mascara to coat my lashes one time before I apply my falsies. These falsies are by the Lashboratory, and I'm going to go ahead and apply those. They're very pretty, pretty dramatic. I really, really like these. These are in the style Kendra, and they're really nice and fluffy. I really like them. And then I am using this pencil, which is Alkaline by Urban Decay. You can see on my arm, I had a few swatches. I was trying to figure out which one was the best one. This one is like a reddish burgundy. It really matches my shirt, and it's a matte shade. So I went ahead and applied that on the lower lash line, and I'm gonna use red on the lower lash line to keep it the same color. And I didn't want to do black on the lower lash line, just so that we can look nice and bright. So here on the lower lash line, you can see that it's very intense. The red is really showing up, but because I didn't have any shimmer underneath it. So the top was where I was having trouble having it build up on the shimmer, but you can still see it. Like, it's still there. It's just I wanted to show you the difference between no shimmer underneath it and the shimmer on top. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my falsies. Hopefully that wasn't confusing. The bottom, I don't have any shimmer. It's very intense. The top, I have shimmer, and I had to build it up, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my lower lashes using the same mascara. I'm kind of giving you like my first impression on this too. And then for bronzer, I'm using the Benefit Hoola bronzer. And this eyeshadow palette does come with a blush, and this one is like a coral pink. It's a very light coral, but it does have that coral tone to it, and you don't need a lot. A little bit is good enough. And then I'm going to use the highlight from the Minnie Mouse palette. This is one of my favorite highlighters. I always forget because it's inside a palette and I have the palette with my eyeshadows, but it's a very intense highlight. I really like this shade. I really like the formula from the Mickey Mouse collection, which is why I was happy to get the Minnie Mouse one. I was like, yes, because the quality is really good. And then this is a lipstick that I got. I got the red one. They do have 3 of them. This one is called Irreplaceable. And, oh no, Irreplaceable. I was going to say Irresistible. It's a very bright red. It doesn't, you know, go exactly with the look. You can always go with the nude if you want to. But this is part of the collection and I wanted to use it today. I like it. I love red. I buy reds all the time because they're one of my favorite lipstick shades to wear. And this is just how it looks. It's a very bright red. It's velvety, moussey. It feels nice on the lips. And this completes the look, you guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Kind of like a first impression / with the tutorial. And like I said, I will have the review with swatches and all of that in my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.